Good morning, Leo. This is going to be your video. And understand, I don't even know why you're always last in my video lineup. There's no rhyme or reason as to how I pick which videos I do first, but you're always last. So I always say I save the best for last. But I am exhausted energetically. I am exhausted. So I wanted to make sure my energy was good so that I could give you the best possible reading, because I put a lot into my readings. I'm trying to, let you know what it is that's blocking you from manifesting your highest possible outcome in your life, in your physical reality. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I've become more or less like a teacher. And I always wanted to be a teacher. Went to school for teaching, never did any more with it. Never would have dreamed I would have been teaching through videos, but I've been making videos on my Facebook page now for 3.5 years, going on 4. So I'm always posting those links on my channel. So do check those out. I've been making a lot more videos than usual because I've been guided to, and like I said, they take a lot out of me because I channel the messages. So like I said, I am pretty drained right now. I'm going to take an energetic break for about 1.5 weeks and recharge my battery after this video. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but my spiritual guidance was, you know what, you're really in a good place right now to deliver the best possible messages, so let's go ahead and go for it, and then you can rest. So that is where I'm at. Come on, give me a card for Leo. Come on. That one was screaming at me. Sorry, my allergies are terrible today. My Witch's Oracle deck. Give me a card for Leo. I am learning with my teaching. Something that I channeled yesterday was I need to meet people at the level they're on. And I tend to be very high vibrational. And yes, I'm very determined to speak my truth no matter what, but I can still see how my ego is getting in the way and really blocking me, because I need to be able to meet people on the level that they're on, and it's all about baby steps, and everyone is on their very own level of consciousness, of ascension, which is perfect where you're at right now. Like, it's absolutely perfect. And even though there are universal truths, like there are things that are always going to be like the truth, like how the universe works, energy, for instance, energetic alignment. Everyone is at their very own stages of awareness and what they've learned. And what might resonate today might not resonate tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm trying to humble myself. I'm learning humility and really being able to meet people on their level, which I feel like, and I used to understand in my videos, I used to always give personal stories, personal accounts. And then I had some smart ass one time comment, it's our reading, it's our video, we don't want to hear about your life. And to be honest with you, I think it was that personal touch and that vulnerability and really being able to open up and teach from my experience that made me so magnetic. And when I took that away, not as much. So I'm going to start telling more stories and trying to kind of put it into my own words. How does that sound? All right, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And this is a completion of a cycle in the physical world. And this is like the highest possible outcome for you. You know, sometimes I've taken on things, you know, on this journey that I believe to be true, and I've kind of incorporated them in my spiritual practice. Like, for example, like when people say a 10 is the end of a cycle. I don't know that that necessarily resonates with me anymore. But I've been saying it because that's what I was taught. But this could actually be the highest possible outcome for you in the physical world. And how do we achieve the highest possible outcome? We get our fears completely out of the way. We don't have any emotional attachments to things. Because a lot of times when we feel like we know what we want, this is what I want, I'm not going to budge, I have an emotional attachment for it, we really limit the universe, you know, as to being just that one thing and exactly how you imagine it happening. We limit the universe. Whereas if you open yourself up to, you know what, whatever is for me in the highest possible way, I'm going to be fearless. I'm going to have that courage of Leo, and I'm going to get out of my own way, and I'm going to have faith and believe that whatever's mine is already mine, and I can't even imagine it because of my limited human mind. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So this is kind of what I was talking about. What resonates today might not resonate tomorrow, and everything is happening in order for you to gain more insight. And we don't get insight from our mind. So many people think that, you know, I'm supposed to just sit down and just figure it out. You can't figure things out. That is not where your intuition is. And when we try to figure things out, once again, we limit it. It's only what we have decided it is. It could be something else. It could be bigger. You know, if not this person, if not this job, something better. And you have to be able to live fearlessly in order to be able to get in that energy, because that is how we manifest effortlessly. You know, yeah, we can sit here and we can, you know, imagine, hey, I used to walk out the door and be like, hey, I need to make $300 this week. I've got to. And you know what? I'd make $300. But what I do now is, you know, every week I'm like, I know I'm going to have all the money I need. And, you know, sometimes it's way more than I ever could have imagined because I don't limit myself anymore. That's the type of energy. 6 of Staves. This is being ready to go somewhere and not going. And understand, a lot of us are in that mode right now. We get ready to, go into the living room, sit there. There's nothing to do. Nothing's open. But it's a certain stagnation to this, of really being stuck on appearances, on how things appear to look. A lot of times we will look at a situation and we'll be like, man, this is bad. You know, it's not good. This is not what I'm trying to do. But instead of just accepting that this is just a stage, this is just a step in the journey that we're on to actually get you to where you need to be, you won't be in that waiting, that stagnation energy of feeling like you're stuck. Because this card here, there's a certain element of feeling stuck, and you're not stuck. If you can start practicing telling yourself everything's perfect at any given time, it's perfect. Everything's perfect. You know what? It will be. And you'll have peace that like you've never had before. Water cleansing. Someone might be involved with a water sign. I'm picking up on some of that. Maybe Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. And I don't usually do that on my readings, but I was divinely guided to say that. I know I'm Scorpio, I'm a water sign, and we tend to be very emotional. And so the message that's coming through is if you are dealing with a water sign, make sure that you are not responsible. Don't feel like you're responsible for their feelings. That's how we become enmeshed with another person, how we form that codependent energy. I'm really scared to speak your truth, feeling like you have to kind of tiptoe around them. Always speak your truth, always. And if they get upset, feel some kind of way about it, you know what? That's when it stops being your shit and it's their shit and they've got to deal with it. So make sure that you have boundaries and you understand where those boundaries are. 5 of Cups, heartache and pain. So maybe there's been a misunderstanding with your water sign. They were overly sensitive and you said something that they took the wrong way. Now understand, if you can step back for a minute and if you can put yourself in the other person's shoes, and if you can tell yourself, you know what, kind of look at what you said and how it could be perceived. A lot of times we don't want to look at ourselves, you know, because we always want to be right. But I feel like there's something that they are showing you that you need to look at, you know, and it's kind of that energy I was talking about at the beginning of the video, that sometimes we have to meet people where they're at. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So whatever has happened that has caused this heartache and pain, release it, forgive it. Do you want to be right, or do you want to have an intimate relationship? Now, like I said, there's a difference between owning, you know, like, you know what, I'm not responsible for your feelings, but I can look at my part that I played in it. That I can do. Because maybe this is showing me something that maybe I need to work on. So that's the energy that I'm getting here. So definitely use this as an opportunity for learning and growth. There are no mistakes. Everything is being divinely guided. That's why, you know, because if it didn't happen, the universe doesn't make any mistakes, and it wouldn't be happening if it were not supposed to happen. So if you can kind of look at it from that point of view. 10 of Cups, so we have yet another 10. And I'm not seeing this as like the ending of a cycle. I'm seeing this as the highest possible outcome. Why? Because the 10 in the deck, to me, is the highest possible outcome. That's how I'm reading this intuitively. So how are you going to reach this highest possible outcome of love? Release the conditions around it. Really think about all of the ways that you've been conditional. People are so scared that they're going to be a doormat, that they want an equal exchange of energy. I want to do tit for tat. And that's not how you balance energy. You balance energy by starting with you. And once your energy is balanced, you naturally align to other things that are balanced as well. So you can never come from a place of imbalance to try to balance something out. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Now understand, everybody we meet, even people we bump shoulders with in the street, are soulmates. They're soul family. But there's different kinds of soulmates. This soulmate here is a divine soulmate. So-called romantic soulmate. And I'm trying to get away from the whole concept of romantic love because it's based on fears. It's based on fear of loss. It's based on jealousy, playing hard to get, butterflies in the stomach, anxiety, all these things that are fear-based. So I'm really trying to release that whole concept, but I'm going to say a non-family love, you know, because we have family, we have love for family members, you know, that are, that is not like this. This is, you know, what we would call a romantic connection. And it is very soulful. You have met this person. This person's quite possibly a twin flame. I don't do twin flame readings anymore. If you are on a twin flame journey, I will tell you, do not watch anything but New World All-Star Twin Flame or El Hari Be With Your Twin Flame. Nothing else but that. Nothing else. Because there's so much false information out there. Even though I've done so many programs, I found grains of truth in everything. And sometimes something would trigger me. Like I would be like, oh yeah, that's it. And then I will follow another path. So in that way it worked. But if you want like a complete package, someone to really teach you how the energy works, I would suggest one of those two there. And I believe I've discussed this before because somebody on this Leo video is definitely on a twin flame journey, and understand everybody is and has a twin flame. That's how we were created. We were created into yin and yang. You may not meet the physical form of your twin flame in your lifetime because your soul has to be ready. So with that being said, I'll leave it there and I'll let the professionals. I'm not getting into all that because for me, it's been the true spiritual journey. It has not been, I've gotten away from the whole title, the whole term of twin flames as much as I can. I'll leave it at that. 8 of Pentacles. I don't know why, but I feel very strongly like this has something to do with a grave. You know, sometimes I get this card and I see it as sowing seeds, as like a gardening type of vibe. But for me, with this card here, it just feels like a grave. It feels like loss. And there's this nostalgia and heartbreak, you know, and all this heartbreak doesn't have to be from a romantic connection. Maybe somebody close to you has died. And this person that is close to you that has died wants you to know that they're still with you. They're still with you. They still watch you. They're still guiding you. They're one of your spirit guides, and that you can connect to them whenever you want to. And how do you do this? Remember what their energy felt like? If you're ever just doing something and you feel that energy, that's them. You know, and it can be a song, it could be a smell, it's just something familiar. That message is for somebody. Woman holding a coin. Make sure you understand what matters. Try not to be so focused on material gain, because we can materialize and manifest material gain whenever we want to. Like, that's easy. It's easy. What's hard is manifesting connections that are real, that are real soulful. So really make sure that you are taking into consideration what matters. And if you are in a romantic connection where money is in a situation, money's a problem, maybe you're having money problems in your relationship, let that shit go. Stop resisting it, because it will work itself out. And remember, I said you cannot fix an unbalanced situation by coming to it being unbalanced to begin with. The balance starts with you. So we have the King of Staves. The King of Wands is all about practicality. He's all about grounding what he knows as far as the spirit world goes, as far as the universe, all of the wonders, all of the knowledge he has of the universe. Applying these to the world he's living in. So really take, because I feel like you really have a lot of spiritual knowledge, and not religious knowledge, although you may be from a religious background like I was. Really take it and ground it. And how do you ground it? You apply it. You apply it to everyday situations. Walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. We have house. Yeah, and someone might be trying to buy a house, and that is going to happen. That message is coming through. But this really has to do with, and someone might be on the verge of feeling like they're losing a house. The message that's coming through is don't worry, because you can't lose anything that is yours by divine right. All day it sounded like something's knocking on my door. It's the wind. All day. I keep going and looking, like, is somebody knocking? Is it a child? Is it an animal? What is it? It sounds like something's knocking on my door all day. But the energy that I'm getting with this is getting your house in order. And how do you get your house in order? First of all, it starts with you, with getting that balance yourself, balancing yourself out. Your inner world is going to reflect in your outer world. A lot of times people think, well, I'll get my outer world together and then I'll feel better inside. No, it starts from inside. I am being divinely guided to take one of these self-compassion cards. One is instructions, which I did not take out. When was the last time someone got under your skin? Can you think of 3 reasons they may have acted the way that they did, that have nothing to do with you? Wow. Let me read this again. When was the last time someone got under your skin? Can you think of 3 reasons they may have acted the way they did that had nothing to do with you? Wasn't I just saying that? Wow. So what is the theme here? Try to look at things through somebody else's eyes, through their perspective. And that will help remove the blocks that you have in your love connection right now. Thank you for watching.